Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever it is you happen to be. Hello everybody, peeps. It's Dave here, the fat lad, on a bike. And in the absence of pointy battery cam, that one, which I can't get the switch on and I really don't want to stop because I'm enjoying I'm enjoying riding. You'll find me on a little run out. Yes, decided to have a wander about, and currently I'm heading towards, you've guessed it, Stanhope. I honestly couldn't make my mind up where to go today, but it's just such a lovely day I wanted to ride. Now, do you know how sometimes you have to, no, I'm not going to do the Muddleswick run. Sometimes you have to hold yourself back in check. You've got to consider that there's a fairly good possibility that you're going to be an idiot. Well, I had toyed with the idea of giving my friends at Cooper's of Sunderland a ring, the BMW dealership, because they have an R1250 GS demo bike there, the new one. I don't know which one it is, whether it's the HP, I would imagine it would be, or what they're calling the Rally in the UK. And I had thought, oh, that'd be nice. And then you think to yourself, what happens if I really like it? I've only just got this GSA. So then I thought, no, the GSA needs properly running. Let's see if you can get the last 100 miles or so on the beastie, and then you're ready to go. Take a canny around this corner, David. You've overcooked it too many times. There you go, good lad, well done. So yes, I decided I'd bring the GSA out and put some more miles on it and get it to the point where it's more properly running. Now you might think I'm being a bit overcautious. You know the cut-off on automatic, on petrol pumps, not automatic petrol pumps, they're all automatic to some degree. Well, instead of looking at what I was doing, I was looking at how much it was costing, because I cannot believe the cost of petrol today. For the normal stuff, 95, is it 95 or 91 or 93 octane, anyway, whatever, 131 or an arm. For the premium stuff, 97 octane or 95, whatever it is, a leg. And if you want diesel, it's your firstborn, I think. And yes, I have nicked that from a post on Facebook, I do apologise. So yes, expensive. So I was watching what it was doing, watching the pricing, rather than watching what I was doing, and I managed to spill a little bit on the floor. I'm assuming it's gone through an overflow. I didn't realise these things happen, but obviously they do. So my tank is absolutely brimful. It cannot get any more in than it has in it, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that particularly. But the back tyre may have, for a small part of its circumference, had to go through the petrol when I started it up. And I have noticed one or two slightly slippy bits, so I'm just taking it canny because reasons. That's what you should do really, I suppose, take it canny. So this is a full POV vlog, is what this is. Point of view. You see what I see, more or less. So where we are at the minute is I've come through the castle side and we're heading up over the top, over the moors, or the tops as we call them, heading towards Stanhope. Now what I might well do, there's a pull over at the top of the hill over that away, so I may well pull over there and give you a view of the desolation that this is. It's a lovely road to ride, it really is. You can ride it at all kinds of speeds. Those who do this motorcycling thing faster than I whack around these corners at a fair road rate of knots. As I say, I'm still running this in, so I'm not going a million miles an hour. and I shall be sticking as far as possible to the limits. We're currently in A60, so I'm good with that. So there you go. This is, I don't know where the hell, I think Wascally was probably the easiest identifier for it, is where we are. I see there's still sheep about as well, which comes as a bit of a surprise. I thought they'd have had them all in and made chops out of them by now. Cutlets, it's a posh name for a lamb chop, isn't it? Cutlet. Oh look, a vehicle, another car. Well and well. I shall pull over slightly because and there's vehicles parked over there as well. Is that where I was going to stop? Can't remember. No, probably not. I don't remember getting that far off road. So that's a no. It is quite breezy out here, but then it always is. There's absolutely nothing to stop the wind from blowing at you. And even though it looks kind of desolate, would you really want to camp here, that sort of thing, it still has a level of beauty to it that I think is hard to find in many places. Desolate beauty. I want to keep my eyes on these things. You just don't know what they're going to do. I know they're used to vehicles going past, and for the life of me I still can't understand why the buggers spend as much time as close to the road instead of getting off away from it where, you know, there's less danger for them, you'd have thought. Because they must have seen their cousins and uncles and whatever, the ones that get killed, deaded, seriously killed. We're trying to find out if there is any other form of killed. Probably isn't. Yes. You'd think they'd see them and realise, hang on, Billy was trying to get a bit of grass off that white line up the middle of the road and a car hit him and he's dead. Note the self stop going into the middle of the road. But no. Maybe that's crediting them with far too much sense. Say a couple of cyclists coming up the road. So, here's the poem. This is the one I want. Yes, here we are. Into neutral. Side stand down. Go down. Yeah. Press the button. I switched it off, you nugget. That's it. Yes, unfortunately the views are not so good today. Never mind. Let's carry on, shall we? I see no vehicles, therefore we shall go. Strange, it's quite misty. I assume that means it's humid. I don't know for sure. So the GSA, and how am I finding it? Well, I seriously do not know what got into me when I went to look originally to buy a BMW GS. My mind was set on the GS Adventure on the basis of it's bigger and I'm not a small boy. Therefore I thought, well, you know, the bigger bike's going to carry me better. My big challenge was when I went to actually sit on it, sat on it for the first time. This is going back, what, a year, and immediately thought, oh my god, it's too heavy, it's too big, I won't be able to handle it, I'm just a beginner, I'm scared, and so I opted to get the GS instead. Well, a year on, and we have the GS Adventure, and everything that I thought would be a problem isn't actually a problem at all. Firstly, slow speed riding, it's actually easier to ride this at slow speed than it is the GS, and the GS isn't hard. The GS is a beautiful handling bike. It's light and what have you, and it's dead easy to handle the way you want it. I had thought that with this 30 litre tank, the GS Adventure would be top heavy. How wrong I was. It's not at all. Whoa. In fact, quite the reverse. It appears to have all of its centre of mass, centre of gravity, seems to be very low, even when the tank is, as it is now, full to busting. Morning, sir. Afternoon, sir. Whatever, sir, it is, sir. So yes, it's very, very easy to handle, slow. It tips into bends beautifully. There is nothing about it that makes it even remotely scary. The pegs being wider are much more comfortable than the GS one. The seating position is pretty much identical, I should have thought. And that's very comfortable and good for long distances. Yeah, brilliant bike. So pleased I got it. Can't understand why I didn't when I got the GS. Should have done. And off we go. And so we pull into Stanhope. Whoever would have thought I'd have ended up here. I was going to go north, but I can't be arsed. I don't want to put too many miles on today. I'm quite comfortable just tootling about and piddling about, so I shall tootle about and piddle about. And here we are, at Stanhope. I shall park up. And off we go again. That was Stanhope. So I'm just going to tootle and see where I end up, as you do. Considering it's a Wednesday, there's an awful lot of people out, and it's nice to see. Thoughts on this Nexx X.Wed2 helmet while we're on. I have to say that best thing I ever did, going up to Custom Lids on Westgate Road and purchasing this Nexx Nexx X.Wed helmet. It is utterly fantastic. I've had it 2 or 3 weeks now, maybe a little longer, 3-4 weeks, and I have to say, I had to order it specially because the ones they had in had graphics on, and I wanted plain white. It's nice to be seen, don't you know? And it arrived, and at first I thought, oh, this is a bit tight, and it was, and yes, but it now fits like a glove. It's quiet. I mean, yes, the peak does create a little bit of noise and I can hear it, but it's nothing drastic or anything like that. On the GS, it's bang on. Very comfortable, quiet enough for day-to-day running. I'm wearing it with a black silk balaclava just because I'm too lazy to jiggle the bloody thing about to get my lugs sorted out. It's the same with all helmets really, unless it's a flip front. You end up juggling the thing about in order to get the ears properly dropped into the ear cavity, but the ear cavities are actually quite large. I like to wear an earring, and if I've got my little balaclava thing on, the earring doesn't get caught in the lining, which it otherwise has done on various different helmets. So yeah, it stops that from happening, which is all good. I have inserted into the helmet the Cardo Pack Talk system, and that is more than loud enough. In fact, I've usually got to turn it down. That fits in and doesn't impinge upon the ear holes, because there's one of the boasts about the X.Wed2 is that it's prepped up for comms, which it is. The camera mount has proved to be an absolute joy. It takes the Sony mounts without any bother, and if it'll take them, it'll take GoPro mounts or anything else you care to mention without any bother at all. So that's all good. In terms of airflow, God, there's shed loads. There's a little thing here at the bottom, clips upwards and downwards, and allows you to get more air through, and that allows shed loads through. There's head ones, 3 of them, one massive one in the middle and 2 at the sides, and again they allow barrel loads of air through if you're starting to get a warm head. I suspect it's going to be lovely in the winter, because yeah, you kind of need the airflow in the warmer weather, but then you always would anyway. And yeah, it's comfy, it's quiet enough. Obviously there's not a fat lot of noise gets into the front bit where my microphone is sitting, because you should be able to hear me absolutely spot on. It's usually the case anyway. So yes, it's all good, and I'm very keen on it, and I would thoroughly recommend it to anybody looking for a peaked helmet. And of course the peak will come off. The visor is optically, might as well not be there, it's so easy to see through. It sheds water quite well, and every other review of this I've seen says it comes without a pin lock. Well, mine came with a pin lock, and the pin lock it comes with fit first time, and it's doing the job absolutely splendidly. So I don't know, you perhaps need to find out from your supplier whether or not it's going to come with a pin lock. Well, mine did. It came from Custom Lids on Westgate Road in Newcastle, and it came with the pin lock, and I'm just putting that out there. The fastening of the visor is positive. You can crack it just a little bit if you want, and it'll stay there quite nicely, which obviates the need to have your chin vent open. But I like both because I'm greedy. It's comfortable with the visor down. I don't normally like visors down, but this works quite well, and it will lock tightly into position. Which is very good. Overall, yes, the list price is I think about 320, 330, up to 369 for the graphics ones. Obviously the plain white and the plain black are cheaper because there's no graphics on them. From the point of view of comfort, definitely very good. My head is what I would consider to be a normal shape. It's sort of slightly elongated front to back. It's not very wide side to side. Intermediate oval, I believe, is the case. And these guys at Nexx are doing a cracking job with these. So yes, the Nexx X.Wed2. Give it a go if you're in the market for an adventure helmet that can take anything. I've not tried it with goggles, and I'm not going to, because I don't want to look like a minion. And yes, I got it because of the peak, and I find the peak extremely useful. And yes, I did put on the extension piece that allows the peak to be longer and therefore cut more of the glare out of your eyes, which is always good. You know them. Am I going to get through these lights without stopping? I might do. Go, 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 go. Ah. Digger sounded like my back.